It's another beautiful day here in the Shire, where breakfast is so important. Sometimes we have two. Renee's got her favorites, but this one's right near the top. It isn't complicated, but when it's done just right, it hits the spot like nothing else. And you'll know it too, because you might have to reach for extra napkins. This time, Renee's making
bacon and egg breakfast sandwich. My first job was at McDonald's when I was a teenager. I worked the morning shift, and over the years, I made thousands of Egg McMuffins. But now, I do it at home in my own kitchen, and I do it all from scratch. This isn't complicated, but there are a few tricks that you need to know in order to get it just right. And if you do, it might just become your new favorite breakfast. And today, I'm going to show you exactly how to make it. First step, we're going to put some bacon on my griddle. You can do this on a frying pan or a griddle or an electric frying pan, whatever you want to use. I just happen to have one of these handy dandy, wonderful griddle tops that has changed my life. You just want to lay it flat. And you don't want to cook this too fast. I think that's a little too fast. We're going to turn that down. The trick with bacon is not to cook it too fast. It's kind of like onions. If you cook onions too fast, you're trying to saute them and you cook them at a high heat and think you're going to get done fast, you're not going to. You're going to ruin them. And it's the same with bacon. Sometimes I even put them on a cold griddle and start from there and let the temperature rise a little bit. And this is just regular, simple bacon. You can get as fancy. I've made it with thick bacon. I've made it with every kind of bacon you can have. And I always go back to the normal, like Oscar Mayer or something like that, because it's just the right width. I used to work at McDonald long ago. It was my first job, and they used Canadian bacon, which was really good. But as an adult, I decided that I wanted to use regular bacon because I liked the crunch and the taste a lot better. So that's one change that I have made. And we're just going to let that sit for a couple of minutes, and we'll flip that. When it's ready to flip, it shouldn't be stuck to your griddle, so it will release when you can turn it. And so see, we've got a nice golden brown going on there. So what's happening right now is that there's air coming into these, and so they're not going to cook evenly. So I have actually got, this is called a bacon press, and this is so old-fashioned, but I actually put that right on top of the bacon and let it sit. Sometimes the edges curl up. You can put this thing on the edges and they won't curl up as much. And so I do use this almost every time I cook bacon. It's very convenient. This is the perfect bacon. The way this is cooking, it's nice and slow. You can see the bubbles. They're just casually bubbling. They're definitely, but you don't want a furious bubble on this. You want this to just, it's morning and you're relaxed and you just woke up and you don't need any bubbling stress. You just want some serene bubbles. We'll call them serene bubbles. And I flip these about every minute to every minute and a half just so I can keep track of them, because there's nothing more heartbreaking than seeing your bacon too brown quickly on one side. What this is doing is it's rendering that fat and keeping it all together and just making the juiciest, crunchiest piece of bacon. And then when I'm done with this for the moment, I just put it in this handy dandy spoon rest. And I flip this again, and you can see that's just a lovely, lovely color. And I'm going to pull this down a little bit because it's not quite as hot. That's a hotter spot than this, so I'm going to pull them down here now. See, there's a curl. We'll get that in a minute. And I just run up underneath. If you have to, hold it and then push those the tops down so that they're not burning. And I have this on about 190 degrees right now. In a frying pan, you would do this exactly the same way. Just make sure the frying pan's long enough to hold your bacon strips. But the only difference is you wouldn't be able to do as many pieces at a time. So we're going to flip that over again. And what I'm looking for is crunch. And they're not quite there. You could take these off now because technically they're safe to eat and cooked. But I'm just going to keep them on here for just a short period of time more because they're still frying and I kind of like a little bit crispier. There's an edge right there that I want to get. And see how all these edges that we squish down, they're all laying flat now. Okay, I'm going to flip these one more time, and that's just deep brown. That's how I like them. You can stop this when you're comfortable with it. And I'm just going to turn these one more this time. And then I'm going to pick these up. This is this hotter side, so I'm going to take these 3 off right now. And I like that one. That one. This one is, you can see it's got some places that aren't quite done yet. And so I'm going to leave that one on just a little bit longer. Let's take a look at this one's, that one's almost done. Okay, I'm going to take that one off. And then I'm going to pull this one over here and just let it cook for another 30 seconds or so. And see, now that's looking gorgeous. Okay, so there's our bacon.
Bacon's done, and it smells like the whole neighborhood will show up at any minute, asking for handouts. When we come back, Renee's gonna show you what making over 10,000 of these eggs rounds taught her. And now with the right method, you could do it at home too. Stick around.
Quick question. My first job was at McDonald's, and I look back on that with such fondness. They taught me how to be a business person. They taught me how to cook. It's such a fond memory. I'm wondering, what was your first job, and do you look back on it with fondness and happiness, or was it horrible and you would never go back there in a million years? I'd love to know. Let me know in the comments below. I love hearing your stories. I cleaned off the bacon grease, and I know sometimes I cook it right in that bacon grease, but the way I happen to like them is I just like the egg simple. This is an egg McMuffin, so it's about the muffin and the egg. So I want the taste of the egg to come through, so I'm just going to put a little butter on. Feel free to leave the bacon grease there. It does taste really good. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to butter this a little bit. I've still got my temperature about the same. And then I'm going to take this is actually a cookie cutter. You can buy specific egg rings. I've never found one that doesn't leak. This one actually does work pretty well, but it's too big for what I'm doing today, and I don't have a smaller one. And so I'm just going to take an egg. These are eggs from the local farm, and I'm just going to pick one that I like. And I'm going to take it and I'm going to crack it, and I'm just going to put it directly in to this cookie cutter. I'm going to take my fork and I'm going to break the egg yolk. And I see a lot of egg sandwiches online that have a runny egg yolk, and sauces and things, and I'm making a very simple, the best tasting thing you can imagine. So that's what we're going to do today. So that's going to cook until I'll show you what to look for. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to put an English muffin in the toaster, and these are my homemade English muffins, and you can find the recipe here. And I am going to take one of these homemade English muffins, and I'm just going to take a fork and split it. Don't cut, if you can at all help it, don't ever cut an English muffin. You lose all those nooks and crannies, and see how that looks. There's nothing, the yeast smell is so prevalent, it's so delicious. All right, we're going to toast that while it's cooking. And when I worked at McDonald's, they used fresh eggs like this, and I made thousands of these. But you're just going to let that sit for just probably another minute and a half, and then that'll be ready to turn. Okay, so this, as you can see, there's white around all the edges, and there's something holding that juice in, the egg yolks in the egg whites. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take our knife and you don't want to tip this up or anything, and you're just going to flip it over. And that is beautiful. Okay, now you can salt and pepper. I learned that you don't ever want to put salt and pepper on the egg while it's cooking when it's still loose, because it will break down the egg. And I know I see online people putting salt on them, and they're probably fine. I'm using cheddar cheese. I am not using American. American is fine if you like it, and that's how McDonald's did it. Okay, so I'm just going to put this on here, and we're going to let that melt, and that should be ready in just a minute. So I'm just going to put a bowl over that and let the heat stay in, because it doesn't have to stay on too long, the cheese, before it's melted, and then it's going to melt in the English muffin as well. I didn't get these too brown.
Wondering about any of the tools or appliances you see on the show? I've got you covered. We always recommend supporting your local kitchen store first. But if that's not an option, you can visit the Kitchen in the Shire Amazon affiliate page and purchase the same exact items Renee uses right here in her own kitchen. Just scan the QR code on screen or click the link in the description.
Okay. So now I'm going to take a little butter. It's that melted butter that we had before, and I'm just going to put some on the top of that English muffin. We're going to check this out. Oh, that looks so good. Oops. Okay, and then we're going to just lift that up and put it over here on our egg. It's a perfectly cooked egg. And we're going to take some of this delicious bacon. Look, it's crunchy, and yet it's still pliable. Just a little bit of fat. This is really good bacon. Okay, and then we're going to take another piece, crunch, and put it on the top of that. And then we can serve it like that. And that is beautiful. Look at that. That is just a gorgeous, simple, easy sandwich. That just looks pretty awesome. Look at all that melty cheese and is butter on the muffin, and oh my goodness. Okay, let's take a bite of this. Look, I can't even, it looks like a picture. Okay. Oh, this is just my favorite. It is just, this is so good. The English muffin and the bacon and the cheese and the egg, it's all dripping and it's yummy. And it doesn't take very long, and it's real food, and it's I hate the term real honest food, but it really is real, just honest food. And it is just so worth eating. Yum. I hope you make this, and I hope you let me know what you think of this sandwich. I know it's not fancy or get cream all over it or anything, but it is so good. McDonald's knows how to do things, and this is just a little bit elevated, a little bit different, but simple, good food. Thank you.
Ready for seconds? Don't put your spoon down yet. Tap this video and Renee will meet you there.